Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. So this is going to be your weekend read from September 6th into September 8th. And I will say that this is kind of the preparatory time before the 9/9 gateway. So we'll get into that. Stay tuned for another video. But before we get started on this one, I just wanted to send a thank you to each and every one of you guys for all your love and support in all the ways that you've supported this channel and helped it grow. It's been amazing. And so seriously, thank you guys. For those also too that are kind of new to the channel, we just got monetized not too far away ago. And so I've opened up a store to help support the channel that way, as well as too, I've also opened up Super Thanks. So take a look if you'd like to contribute in that way too. That way we can continue to make this channel grow, help reinvest back into the channel. That way we can keep continuing to put these messages out for you guys. So let's get started here with the Herbal Witches Tarot. Spirit, what messages do you have for us here as we walk into this weekend? Oh my goodness. Okay. That's a lot. No pressure. So let's see. So first things first that popped out over here is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So basically, some of us could be feeling a little bit ungrounded right now. There's a bit of a worry or basically a connotation where the focus is really on loss or poverty, materialism, even a lack of sensibility. And so it could be where we're kind of up in our head and we need to find a little bit of grounding here walking into this weekend, which I will say astrologically on the 6th, the moon is in Libra and it's currently trine with Jupiter, which is in Gemini. And so this is actually a very favorable transit for us during this time, especially when it comes to financial aspects, social successes as well with networking or meeting new people, coming into a community, starting new ventures. And so with this type of energy coming in, we are going to be getting a lot of help astrologically here. Let's just turn the rest of these over here. I'm not exactly sure what order they came out in, so I'm just going to use my intuition here and go with what leads me. Okay. So what I see in this is, like I say, there's a lack of grounding, there's a lack of unsurety, kind of like a lack of sense of direction of where do I go, especially with worry. Worry and materialism, worry and poverty aspects as well. With the Page of Cups, though, this is a youthful energy to you. And there's also new ideas and new information coming into play here. There is also, like I say, some of you should be receiving a message here this weekend. And what I really see in that is that it's a message of change. It is good news as well. It's a message of inspiration, but it's the start of something new. And it'll reinvigorate creative energy and inspiration within you. But it's also an opportunity. So, you know, especially with this trine, it lends itself towards that positivity, towards that optimism, towards the artistic aspects. But like I say, it also lends itself towards financial opportunities that lead us to success. And on the 7th, the moon is going to be moving into Scorpio. There's a lot of passion behind you. There's a lot of impulsiveness too. So just, you know, like I say, knowledge is power. Don't be hasty. There's also a sensual aspect about the Scorpion moon. And so it's a wonderful time for taking on new challenges. It's also a wonderful time for dealing with big financial decisions or decisions that have left you with indecision as well. So you may be very well finding that this is a time where you really feel this new adventure, this new opportunity that's coming in and really truly want to impulsively jump on it. But also, too, in the same regard, want to look at the full current of the situation and what it can aspire to become, especially on the financial piece. And so it's a good way to ground yourself if you are feeling a little bit out of balance in that. Now, like I say, too, what could be leading to that unbalance is an unwillingness to learn from mistakes, a little bit of bullheadedness. Or a lack of dedication or stagnation. But these are all things really that can be fixed from within, right? Especially when it comes to work ethics. Some of you could be feeling a little bit lackadaisical or feeling stagnant with making decisions. And like I say too, it's a failure to really look at those previous mistakes, learn from them, take all you can from them, and using that knowledge and applying that wisdom to this new opportunity. If you're able to do that, find your way to grounding. Like I say, with the Scorpion moon, it's so wonderful with aiding us in making very large decisions, big financial decisions and commitments. But with the sun here is if you're willing and able to come into this with an open mind and an open heart, as well as the wisdom from the past in which you've gained, that truly is where the sun is. What Spirit is saying here is do not worry. Don't let the past hold you back. Don't let basically, that bullheadedness or inability to look at the past, to learn from it, or look at it with a learning eye, hold you back, because truly everything will go well. There is success leading for you. There is absolutely health meant for you as well, and good fortune, especially with the sun. I mean, that's the best card in the deck practically, right? I mean, to each their own, but this is a huge jubilation. This is beautiful. And on the 9th, don't ask. On the 8th, as we end out this weekend and we move into this next week, which again has the 9/9 portal, that's all about completions, which is beautiful. We'll get into it. Stay tuned for the next video. But either way, on the 8th, the moon, when it's in Scorpio, is also going to be trine with Saturn, which is in Pisces. And so this is an excellent time for business meetings. It's a wonderful time, too, for selling ideas with respect and authority, because you have emotional control. You're utilizing emotional intelligence. And it's also another card don't ask. Know what I meant now, what I said. But either way, it's another opportunity and a leg up, astrologically speaking, that really leads us to making strong financial decisions that are sound, that sets you up with a foundation that is meant to carry you through. And then with the 8 of Wands, I mean, this basically is all about slow action or feeling out of control. It's also about possibly being too hasty or acting too rashly. This is also another one, too, that kind of signifies a remaining of stagnant, due to analysis paralysis in a lot of ways. And so what I would see in that is if you have been experiencing a lot of slow action that's left you feeling ungrounded because things aren't growing the way that you're needing them to grow, remember the divine timing. And as frustrating as it is, because I always love it, I'm just saying that the universe provides to us, even at the times that we literally scream to it, what more do you want from me? But truly, divine timing is about manifestation. It's about creating vision, envisioning, putting in that work, but also to the dedication, the letting it go and letting it go with the flow. And I'm going to bring out one of my favorite comments from this last week that I got to see, and that was, going with the flow is like picturing being in a canoe on calm water. To let go and let the currents take you, to feel the water, the energy from the divine. Basically, it's like once you manifest something, it's like putting it in a slow cooker, basically. And the universe may find, as frustrating as it is, if for every step back that you feel that you're taking, what I usually find, and of course, hindsight's always 20/20, so ask me when I'm going through it, ask me afterwards. It'll be 2 completely different answers and perspectives. The latter having more gratitude. But what I've learned in my life is to look back when I see that type of stagnancy coming in, when I see these no's or these blockages coming in for my life, I look at it and say, okay, what more is it that I need to learn? What is the divine trying to prepare me for, so that when things are aligned, when everything's done in that pressure cooker and it's really ready for me to manifest, it's ready for me to take the reins on it, what can I do in the meantime? What am I missing? What can I better? What skills can I learn? And really, truly, those stagnancies may be delays. You still could say that take on that perspective. However, It's meant for time to prepare you, time to build you up. And what the universe is saying is, hey, we're setting you up with a plan for success. We want you to succeed. The universe never puts things in your path to set you up for failure. That's just not how things work. Unless you truly manifest that, which is, again, what you think about, you bring about. So there's that. But what it really truly is an opportunity to say, okay, what more do I need to learn to build that better foundation? What is the divine helping me with? What are they telling me? And so that's really the best time to, instead of be forceful, to instead stop and to witness, to open your eyes, to open your ears, and watch for those signs, watch for that guidance, and to really listen for that as well. And with the Ace of Pentacles, like I say, this was slow action. This is feeling out of control. This is feeling a stagnancy, which is extremely frustrating. I'm just saying, if that resonates, put a heart in the comments below, because we've all been there. But with the Ace of Pentacles, this is also about a fresh start. This is about achievement. This is about success. And it's about health and wealth and security that sets you up for success in the future, sets you up with that strong foundation so that it doesn't crumble, so that you are fully prepared, so that if you do have things that you can't, foresee or plan on, that you know how to navigate them. It's the same thing as like if you're learning how to swim. One of the first things they teach you, of course, is to get to the side and to do arm hangs. Just saying. But most importantly, on open water, is how to do a back float. How to make sure that you understand how to float with the water, how to flow with the water, so that you can navigate it with ease and less friction. So let's see here. Okay. So what I see here in a lot of ways is that, some of these delays that could have been caused in the past have left you feeling very isolated. And it's due to, ulterior motives. You haven't had the best partners that you've been working with, or people around you. As I would put it, there's some snakes in the grass, basically. And they see your Ten of Cups. And so, a lot of you could have been misrepresented, could have been outcast, could have been schemed against and been stolen from. What Spirit is saying here is now is the time to kind of move in silence in a lot of ways. I always love the saying that you're not doing something right if you don't have at least one hater. But what this is a lot of envy that's surrounding you. And Spirit is saying, hey, you've got this fresh start. You may want to move in silence. The less is more about what you disclose. Because really at this point, you truly have something very big coming in for you. It's going to basically be it's a lot of success. It's a lot of prosperity. There's a lot of contentment and wealth, material wealth within this as well. But it's jubilation, it's vitality, and it's also glory. And it's because right now what Spirit is saying here is now is the time that you need to be clever. You also need to be assertive and quick-witted. Use that ambition, use that energy, and your communication skills, especially with that Scorpion moon where you've got so much passion and you're able to deal with difficult situations with ease. And then too, with that trine between the moon and Saturn, where you're able to really conduct those business meetings with confidence, sell your ideas, market what you're trying to build. If you're doing a side hustle or selling yourself, even going for a promotion or starting a new venture, but doing so with respect and with authority and with emotional intelligence. And especially if it comes to financial decisions, what I really see within this is now is the time really to defend what you've worked so hard to achieve. There may be some snakes in the grass. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about the snakes in the grass here and what we need to be careful of. Thank you. Okay. Oh, okay. So some people around you may be suffering from addictions, some temptations or some vices, but this is the time to use your discernment, basically. And again, this is about defeat. This is about humiliation and betrayal. You could read this one way where it's the self-sabotage aspect, where you're letting fear kind of run your decisions. But what I see in that as well, if it's reading it in the snake in the grass kind of way, is that basically someone is coming in to try and, they see you for what you are, for what you've worked so hard for. And they think taking it from you, is going to be the easiest solution, basically. What I also see in this is that there's an abuse of power. They may reach out or lend themselves to you or play off of your empathy, basically. Try to come across as being trustworthy. But what Spirit is saying here in this is that there also could be some aspects that are really going to trigger and test your self-discipline and reason. Now is the time where Spirit also says it's your time to stand in your leadership, provide support, but with successful boundaries, and be aware of what people really see in you. Remember that as you shine brighter, as you elevate, light doesn't just attract light. Light also attracts dark as well, kind of like moths to a flame. No poke at moths. I like them. Just saying. But either way, I hate picking on moths in that way. But either way, what I see in this is that you're moving away from this type of abuse of power or this type of deception. You're being recognized for your meaningful work, and you're starting to really see those monetary rewards come through. More importantly, too, you're looking at your resources. You're also being very responsible with it. You're being very good at generating material wealth as well as prosperity, but you happen to be very good at business as well. And what I see in this is that you're also very creative. You're an outside-the-box thinker. This is going to be your victory. And so basically just kind of putting this all together, you could be stepping into some good financial aspects, basically, some very positive financial aspects coming in your direction. And what Spirit is saying here is it's because of your hard work. It's because you've you've put in the work. You've took the time to heal. You've taken that long journey. You've taken that road, and momentum truly is picking up. What I also see in that is Spirit is reminding you, if you are feeling that fear, that drain, or feeling energy vampires trying to tempt you or drain you or steer you off your path, now is the time, one, to use your discernment, but two, to know this is your confirmation. You absolutely are headed in the right direction. Have faith and know that you absolutely are the Empress standing in your power at this time. You're using the laws of nature. You're also extremely fertile at this point. But success, success is coming your way. Now, Spirit, what's the best way to handle these snakes in the grass? What's going on with the surroundings outside of Virgo? Thank you. So again, whatever they're going to try, it's not going to work. What I see in you is that you've learned through, how to put this? This is kind of like you've already learned this lesson. And I think that maybe that's what's going on, is this weekend you may be tested with a lesson that you'll be reminded of like, oh, I've been there before. I've seen this before. Okay, so that's where I went wrong before. Playing off the idea that, what comes to mind is one of the hardest lessons I had to learn in life was, and it never took resonance with me until I dealt with some family issues where there absolutely was some pretty severe health issues that were going on that I was absolutely not prepared for, by the way. Now, going back to this, is what I see in this is that, and you could have been dealing with someone that was either a Tauran, a Gemini, or even an Aries. But basically there's somebody that's going to come back and kind of try the same thing again. Or it's going to be a different person, but it's going to it's basically the universe's test of, okay, have you learned this lesson? Someone's going to come in, try and play on your empathy. and basically try and deceive you, try and take you for all you are, whether that be energetically, whether that be financially, whether that be through sabotage, abuse of power. But either way, you may find yourself when this person comes back in, or when this energy comes back in this weekend, that you'll be reminded, like I say, of, oh, I've seen this before. I remember, when I used to let people pull on my empathy too much in that way, and I took on their problems. And so long, short, what I was saying before, or trying to get there, finally there, is, the saying of you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. This is about letting people solve their own problems. Sometimes Virgos are such signs of service that we tend to give more of ourselves to help others and sacrifice ourselves for the sake of others. This is about basically knowing how to come in, how to support in the correct way, but also to let people solve their own problems, work through their own lessons. And like I say, knowing those successful boundaries. It doesn't have to be ill, it doesn't have to be unkind. But it's really about learning where to separate yourself from them. Because again, it's not, their lesson isn't yours to learn. Their lesson isn't yours to save. You're not meant to save them. You're meant to take care of yourself. And if you're lucky enough to be able to teach them because they want to learn, that's the true gift that you can pay it forward with then. But like I say, this is going to be something where, as it comes around, whatever they're trying to do, it's not going to work. Basically, you've learned this wisdom. You have these new skills. And again, I see a good news about money and career, and it's a new opportunity, possibly even a new home. But this is absolutely beautiful. And again, you are standing in your Empress power. Whatever test this is, you pass. I'm just saying. So this is absolutely gorgeous. And if that resonates, like I say, by all means, please, if you feel comfortable, share your story in the comments below, or just put a heart. But either way, like, share, subscribe, help get this message out to as many Virgos as we can. And if you're struggling with that and need some support, check out the store. Excuse me. There's a few, basically the designs that I've made in there are meant to inspire and uplift and empower. And so if there's something that resonates with you there, it's a twofold. It'll help support you throughout your day. And then also, too, it'll help support this channel so that we can get this message out, keep producing more messages for you as we go through this journey together. Now, I do also want to go ahead and just look at the major arcana here for the music therapy. It's for any chakra blockages. That way we can see what we can do to work through this. But like I say, I have full confidence. Whatever's coming in ain't got nothing on you, babe. I'm just saying. But what we've got here is we've got an F sharp, a D sharp, a C, an A, and a D. And so try playing around with those. If anyone practices music therapy, for those that are new to it, it's a wonderful opportunity to really work with your energy, realign those chakras, unblock anything that's stuck. I do see, a bit here from the root chakra to the mind's eye, as well as to the heart chakra here too. But either way, and basically this is all about really utilizing your discernment, coming to the table with an open heart and remaining grounded in the lessons you've learned, and really understanding the power that you stand in from the wisdom that you have underneath your belt here too. As a reminder though too, basically any type of chakra on blockage, whether it be salt baths, sound baths, water baths, water holds memory. And so it's a wonderful opportunity once you get that energy going, drink plenty of water to detoxify, to also replenish and refill your bucket up. And that way you are in tuned and aligned and can manifest this weekend here to its highest potential for you. Now let's go ahead and also pull some spirit animal totems for any additional messages and guidance, especially for any type of deception that's wanting to try and come in. Spirit help. Okay. That's a lot. I'm going to actually put all that back, but I am going to keep this guy. So the penguin is about authentic, or about being authentic, sorry. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations and just be yourself. And so, like I say, you may have somebody that's trying to come in and plead on your, they see you on your come up basically, and they may be coming back to try and reunite for disingenuous reasons, basically. Financial reasons, potentially, as well, is what I see primarily from this. Just remember, strong boundaries, break free from others' expectations and stand in your power. And with the grizzly bear, that is all about power. It says, I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up and I will succeed. And so, like I say, for those that have been feeling a little stagnancy, remember the grizzly bear in you. And two, goodness gracious, we've got the coyote and the visionary with the giraffe. And so the giraffe is all about vision. Rise above earthly matters. So again, people may be coming at you trying to get a reaction out of you. This is about not taking taking the high road, but being the highest self, coming in as your best self. Rise above earthly matters. Glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. So second confirmation on you are on the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. And so again, loving somebody isn't necessarily bailing them out of problems. It's about healthy love, right? Not toxic love. And then with the coyote, that's about the revealer of truth. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. And so again, that speaks to, for me at least, and resonates with, learning from your mistakes. Don't take them too seriously. You're learning. It's okay. I call those note to selves. Some of them definitely require a laugh. I'm just saying. Anyway, but it also, too, look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. And so this is the weekend here, like I say, where you may very well have a test come through and I see you passing it with flying colors. Do not worry. Success is yours. And again, nothing that is ever meant for you will ever pass you by. Divine timing may not be your timing, but nothing that's ever meant for you will ever pass you by. And so I hope this resonates. If it does, by all means, please like, share, subscribe. Also, too, if you'll feel comfortable, put a heart or share your story in the comments below. And two, check out our new store for not only just shirts, but for apparel and other trinkets, basically, that are meant to uplift, inspire, and then also empower you. And let me know what you think. No pressure. But either way, take care. I hope this reading helps. Love and light. And I'll see you in the next reading.